we've recommended it to you for admission. I believe that if it's not been admitted
for processing. So anytime a statement is admitted, the statement will have to be processed. And the processing means that it goes through the requirements and captured on the other paper. So if the statement is not on the other paper, probably the statement has not been processed.
Speaker, we in this house, we often agree to disagree. I don't have a problem Roxanne, I don't have a problem if we have to take the one on the Fugu commemorative. No problem. But let's take the first two, which is advertised, Speaker one. That'll be fine.
Yes, so clearly we are taking three statements for now, including the one that is not processed but admitted. Very well. We have the first statement standing in the name of Honorable Helen Adwanitoso, Member of Parliament for Karachi West, on Volta Lake disaster. Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this happened last year, but my statement has now been admitted. Mr. Speaker, a tragic accident occurred on October 11, 2025, which claimed the lives of 16 individuals, including 11 children. Mr. Speaker, the boat, which was carrying over 20 passengers, traveling from Okuma to Debume to attend the funeral of a beloved one, regrettably capsized. Preliminary reports suggest that overloading and poor safety measures may have contributed to this devastating tragedy. This heartbreaking event has left families and the entire community in deep mourning. Our hearts and prayers go out to the bereaved families and all those affected by this irreparable loss. The sole survivors of this tragic incident are a young lady and her baby. In a family of 9, she lost both her parents and all her siblings. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Maritime Authority has since launched an investigation into the incident, while the government has given some support to the affected families, including the payment of funeral expenses. The Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang, has also visited the community to express her condolences and also donated life jackets and other relief items to the victims. Engineers and planners, a Ghanaian businessman, a philanthropic response, donated 200 life jackets when the incident occurred. My gratitude goes to them, not forgetting the Oti Regional Minister, the Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization, the Minister for Transport, staff of the Ghana Maritime Authority, and all the security agencies for their prompt response. Mr. Speaker, this painful tragedy serves as yet another reminder of the urgent need to enforce strict safety standards on our waterways. We must ensure that boats are not overloaded, that operators are properly trained and licensed, and that every passenger wears a life jacket before boarding. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, I wish to once again make a passionate appeal to the government, corporate organizations, that will come to the aid of the people of Karachi West by donating more life jackets to our island communities and other settlements along the riverbanks, whose only means of transportation is by water. The supply we currently have is woefully inadequate. Many of my constituents rely on the water lake for access to education and healthcare facilities, equipping them with proper safety in saving lives. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, I urge all community members, both operators and all users of water transport, to strictly adhere to safety protocols when traveling on our water bodies. No life should be lost again because of non-compliance with basic safety rules. Together we can build a culture of safety and responsibility on our waterways. May the souls of the departed rest peacefully in the Lord, and may their families find comfort and strength during this difficult time. I thank you once again, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity given me.
Member, thank you. Statement is stably made. It is now for comments. Leadership. Having regard to the number of the statement that we have, how many contributors do we take?
Speaker, we propose that we do 1 plus leadership 2 per each statement.
Very well.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine with us.
Yes. So, Honorable Matthew Nyindam, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statements ably made by my auntie. Mr. Speaker, my sympathies to the family that lost lives on this voter lake. Mr. Speaker, I know statements are not supposed to generate debates, and I hope my contribution towards these statements doesn't generate a debate. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by saying that the Ministry of Transport and the Voter Lake Authority pay very less attention to people who travel by the lake. In a sense that, Mr. Speaker, if you take the stretch, Karachi to Kejeji, Makango to Yeji, from Lonto to Yeji, Dambai, all along Katari, that stretch. Mr. Speaker, most of the people who live along these areas, their main transport, the main transport they use, Mr. Speaker, is the boat. But unfortunately, these people travel without any protection. And sometimes they stay on the lake for almost 3 hours. 3 hours. Or some of the boats are such that they can carry over 50, 100 people. No regulation. Nothing. The authorities see them, they look at them unconcerned, but when disaster like this comes up, Mr. Speaker, we will be here to make statements, we will be here to complain. Authorities will go in, donate 1 or 2 things, and then that ends the story. The following day, Mr. Speaker, the same thing happens. So I want to urge the Ministry of Transport and the Voter Lake Authority that they should take much interest. Because the interest that the attention that we give to these committees, Mr. Speaker, is very poor. It's so poor that if we as a nation don't put in measures to support the individual, because, Mr. Speaker, it is privately owned. Government do not have any direct intervention when it comes to the use of the voter lake apart from pantoos that run from one end to the other. When it comes to the boat, it is privately owned. And because it is privately owned, government do not give much attention to these areas. It at all. They don't even have it at all. So I want to urge that in as much as we want to contribute, in as much as we want to sympathize with families who lost their dear ones to this accident, I will pray that, Mr. Speaker, when this statement ends, let's get the Ministry of Transport to come and see or tell this House how best they can support these private boat owners to give life jackets, if for nothing, life jackets for free, and then get some control and monitoring. You don't just give the jackets and that ends it. You give the jackets and put in measures to make sure that those people who bought these pantoos or who bought these boats make use of them. And if we all put in some of these measures, I am very positive-minded that we will save lives instead of coming to the floor to contribute and mourn people who lost their lives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Yes, I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Doyo. Are you on your feet?
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
I hope you are not Honorable Doyo. Nevertheless, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the statement made by my senior colleague, the member for Karachi West. Mr. Speaker, those of us who have our constituencies bordering the Volta Lake, we wake up every morning and pray that we don't get a phone call from the constituency announcing a boat crack, a boat drowning, or a boat capsizing, because it's become the bane of our people. Mr. Speaker, when this particular crash happened and I heard about it, the first thing I did was to call my constituency, my municipal chief executive, to find out whether there were any people from my constituency on the boat. So he in turn placed calls to his colleague in Karachi West and reassured me that we had not suffered any casualties. Mr. Speaker, the reason is our people travel along and nearly share borders with Karachi West. And some of the constituents from Karachi West live in my constituency and vice versa. So when these things happen, it's not about the people of Karachi West only. It's about all of us. Any of our relatives, our friends, our associates could have been on that boat that day. And so it brings home the need for us to do something about this situation that keeps recurring. Not too long ago, we received one statement from Honorable Bidzidin. The same thing had happened around his constituency. And so I think we need to begin to look at holistically what we can do to arrest this situation. I have said that I think the Ghana Maritime Authority should begin to look at deploying speedboats, safety boats, so that they are at hand immediately disaster strikes to offer assistance to the victims. You can travel the whole stretch of the Volta Lake from Dambai to Kijewu and not see one single form of assistance for the users of the lake. And all these communities, at the end of the day, is their only mode of travel. They carry their goods, they carry their children. In some of the lakeside communities that don't have schools, they ferry their children on boats to the next community with a school. Some of the communities don't have clinics. When a woman is in labor, they have to ferry the woman across the lake to the nearest community that has a clinic. So there's a whole developmental gap around this area of the Volta Lake. And I think that is about time that all of us make concerted efforts to look at how to bring relief to our people. It shouldn't be the case that when our people get on the boat to cross to the next community, we are apprehensive. We should be able to relax and know that they are safe and that they will get to their destination and come back home. And that brings to mind, Mr. Speaker, the quality of the boats on the lake. Because they are privately owned, as my colleague said, no one pays attention. Some of them, we use it a lot, Mr. Speaker, your MPs, when we go campaigning, we go visiting our constituents, we are sitting in the boats on the lake, and you find a child with a bucket and a cup scooping water because there's leakage and water is getting into the boat. So if anyone loses attention and the water collects in the boat is going to sink. We need to begin to look at the quality of boats on the river. We need to look at a licensing regime that will have a full protocol of assessments that boat owners must provide and physical inspections undertaken before they are licensed to operate on these lakes. Mr. Speaker, I want to add my voice to the honorable member for Kratchi West to thank all the people who came to the aid of the victims and to her aid, because invariably, Mr. Speaker, when these things happen, it ends at the doorsteps of the MP. The MP has to bear the medical cost, the cost of burial, the cost of evacuating the bodies. And so once we get people to support us, we want to show appreciation and pray that they will keep giving us more in order to help our people along the lakes. The people who live along the Volta Lake are Ghanaians. They pay taxes.
Member, let's observe Order 93.5.
And so
the comment must not exceed 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Government needs to pay attention to them and find a way of mainstreaming them into the developmental agenda of this country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, minority leadership.
Speaker, let me show solidarity with our colleague for the statement made, but I'm reliably informed the incident occurred some 3 months ago. But it's still important to show solidarity and share in the pain of the victims of the constituency. Many of the regrets and views expressed by members are identified with same, except to add that, for instance, the white Volta, the black Volta, and the Volta Lake serves as a very important means of transport. So that elsewhere in many parts of the world, such means of transport has been developed and serve as a reliable, so to speak, means of transport. But in our parts of the world, we often take things for granted. And so the Ministry of Transport, for instance, comes in wake. And it's regrettable that most of these facilities we have on these water bodies don't have life jackets. Don't have life jackets, and they are basic facilities that should be found on these facilities. So it's not a matter we have to belabor. We should be revolving around reasons why life jackets and such safety measures cannot be upheld. Because no one can ever justify why these safety measures are not upheld on these transport facilities. And we keep losing lives every now and then. So I think the duty bearers would have to respond to this matter and track it down once and for all. Accidents that occur as a result of a compromised safety measures are things that we cannot toy with and eventually leads to loss of lives, loss of properties. I think it's high time we draw the lines and draw the curtains on these concerns. So it's important. It's very important. Honorable, our hearts go out there to you. We can't inflict pains on our people, and on the other hand, we come to show regret and call for paltry sums of money or support to be given to affected victims where these accidents could have been avoided. So, Speaker, not to belabor the point, we must call on all the duty bearers, particularly the Minister of Transport and all the parastatal bodies who are involved to let it be a thing of the past and for us to bring finality to this needless and avoidable accident that occurs on our water bodies. The last time I recall, the Honorable Big Zidane had a cause to present a statement in this house, and it was on the White Volta, and many lives were lost. So, the Honorable Toso, our hearts go out to you, but we should use it as a springboard to inflict on other occurrences that are occurring on the White Volta, the Black Volta, and other water bodies we have in our country where these accidents are occurring every now and then, and to deal with it once and for all. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Minority Chief Whip. Yes. Yes, Minister for Sports, Honorable Kofi Adams.
Thank you very much, Speaker, for the opportunity to make some few comments on the statement made by our colleague, the MP for Karachi West, on this disaster that happened last year. Speaker, like other members have indicated, this is not the first time we are experiencing such an occurrence. It happens, we come, we make statements, and after that, it ends there. What is clearly necessary, Speaker, is the need to formalize water transport in this country. Like some members have indicated, water transport is supposed to be the safest and the most reliable in many countries. Unfortunately, in Ghana, it's not the case. Either we have failed to remove the stamps that needs to be removed so that the path can be so safe for them, or the boats that they use are so outmoded and are not waterworthy. Speaker, in the same way that we take our vehicles to DVLA checkpoints, examination points, for these vehicles to be examined for renewal of what? Licenses and roadworthiness. Same must apply to the boats, so that there's a system to check whether these boats that use to carry persons from one point to the other are truly waterworthy, just like we do for vehicles. Speaker, in most cases, enforcement is also key. But do we have enforcement systems at the river banks where they start from? Sometimes no. If we have MTTD officers on our roads that deals with road transport, should it not be the case that we should be having something on our water systems also that will be checking these, and possibly even have water patrol units Communication. If you come to aviation, there's always a tracking of every flight that moves from one particular airport to another. What happens to the boats when they are on the water bodies? Who checks where they are moving? Who gives them the weather readings to know that this is the weather situation on the lake you are going to be moving on? So it is important we formalize this system. But I'm happy, Speaker, that the Minister for Roads and Highways and Government have commenced serious steps to have bridges over 3 critical water bodies: Oti Bridge, Volivo, and that of Echiamamfron and Adoso. That's a great step. And I believe that we should begin to extend some of these services also to our normal water transport system. We truly empathize with the families that have lost their loved ones and the 2 surviving ones. Sometimes you ask yourself, these are times when you ask yourself whether it was good you are alive or you should have joined your family. To lose 9 family members, sometimes you ask yourself, should you leave or you should just join them? I know what they will be going through. It may not be enough just to give them some goods and services. We must extend psychological help to them. Clinical psychologists must be provided for them because they will be going through a lot of what? Trauma. But Mr. Speaker, the most important thing is to also make sure that we enforce rules. Some persons will refuse to wear life jackets. They will tell you either it is dirty or it has been worn by somebody else, so I don't want to wear it. Any person boarding a boat, whether you know how to swim or not, there's a need to insist that you wear a life jacket. So it's not enough to mobilize that we need more, but we must make sure that they wear them, and because it protects their lives. We need to formalize, once again, Mr. Speaker, water transport system. It will take off even the pressure on our roads. And for communities that do not have such rules to use and they use water system, this is the only way we can save them. I don't pray for any member, Speaker, to come and make a statement yet again about such losses. We want to formalize the system. We want to make sure we insist and that people will do what we expect them to do when we donate some of these life jackets to them. And I wish to thank all donors, especially also the Vice President who made time to attend to them when the disaster occurred. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Our members, that brings us to the end of the statement ably made by Honorable Helen Adjoa-Ntoso. Before we proceed to the second statement for the day, permit me to acknowledge the presence of our dear students visiting us in Parliament. We have students from Wemase DA Junior High School, led by Richard Adade Boatin, head teacher. They are from Ekrofum, they numbered 85. We also have students from Ningo Senior High Technical School, led by James Waterbeck, a teacher. They are from Ningo Pram Pram. They numbered 75. We also have students from Abepotia Presby, led by Ms. Rebecca Na Mele Labi, project director. They are from Kwau South. They numbered 80. Finally, we have students from Abo Senior High School, led by Reverend Dr. Seth Agbayuman, headmaster. They are from Keta constituency. They numbered 90. Honorable members, I am a proud old student from Abo Secondary School. All members, I was a senior prefect in 1992-93 academic year. 92-93 academic year. Yes, the old system. And all members, I can proudly say that I'm the first student to become a lawyer. And I'm also the first student to become a member of parliament. So I use the opportunity to welcome all our students to parliament. I urge you to have a very fruitful visit to Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Please kindly resume your seat. Honourable members, we have the second statement standing in the name of Honourable Stephen Amwa, Member of Parliament for Onshaiso, who will be making statement on entrepreneurship as part of Ghana's basic and senior high school academic curriculum. Honorable Stephen Amwa, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it is a pleasure to have this opportunity to present a statement on another critical national issue, which is the impact of entrepreneurship on the global economic and the need to consider that as a course in both Ghana's junior high school and senior high school academic curricula. Mr. Speaker, entrepreneurship is the ability to set up a new business venture and develop one's own business with the intention of making profit instead of rely on one's already created by another individual or corporate body. Mr. Speaker, there are a number of compelling reasons for the above proposition to be accorded the needed national and executive attention. Entrepreneurship has played a remarkable role and indeed become an integral part of the global economy. It has impacted the economy by creating jobs, stimulating economic stability, and reducing poverty in the world. The job market in Ghana, Mr. Speaker, is congested, leaving most of the youth in an undesirable employment space. The unemployment rate in Ghana has tremendously contributed to most of the antisocial behaviors in Ghana, including insecurity, robbery, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases. Mr. Speaker, the Institute of Statistical, Social, and Economic Research data indicate that only about 10% of Ghanaian graduates secure employment within a year of graduation. Besides, the Statistical Service indicates that graduate job hunting duration is about 5 years. What it means is that it takes about 5 years for them to even get regular jobs to do. Mr. Speaker, in Ghana, according to the Ghana Education Sector Report, about 109,874 graduate from the university education system annually. What it means is that only about 10,000 of this number get employed annually, leaving about an estimated figure of 100,000 unemployed graduates. Mr. Speaker, the way to go all over the world is entrepreneurship. Private sector is the engine of global socio-economic growth. It was entrepreneurs who replaced home kerosene lamps with brighter and cleaner burning gas in the middle to late 18th. Those ones also were displaced by a better electric light system, and later came fluorescent lighting. Entrepreneurs invent a lot of new technologies, computers, the World Wide Web, the spreadsheet, and the new improved technologies. Mr. Speaker, entrepreneurship is the key to dealing with comprehensively the graduate unemployment in Ghana. A lot of our talent, out of frustration, engage in a lot of illicit socio-economic ventures and even leave the shores of Ghana in search of green pastures. These factors have affected Ghana's skilled labor and are highly dysfunctional to the performance of our republic. The unemployment situation